Before President-elect Biden comes into the office, President Trump has been seen to be using almost everything in his force to make sure that the future of immigrants in the United States is not secure. And let me tell you how this is going to impact you. I think this chart is almost everything I want to talk about in this video. But before I explain this chart to you, a little bit of background, what's going on, what the news is. Well, the official report is out, and you know what? US agency issues final wage rules for H-1Bs and green card holders. Higher wages to apply in a phased manner. So what they really want right now is, if you are someone who is, on an H-1B, then at the same time, if there's an American worker who's working in the same position, your salary should be the same. There should be no mismatch. You should not be paid less. And while you may think that's good for me, hey, I'll get paid more, right? But at the same time, what that means is employers who were basically getting labor for a little bit of a lower rate, they will stop getting that, and they will stop preferring the immigrants. That's what Trump is trying to stop, and that's what this video is about. Now, it would have been okay even if he was okay with both level wages, that hey, American workers over here, H-1B workers over here, it's the same level. But it seems like what he's trying to do with this agenda, like what the whole propaganda is about, is that he's trying to make it like this, that if you are hiring an H-1B worker, you have to pay them more, and the American worker gets paid almost the same amount. So that's where the dilemma comes in, and I think that's not good at all, right? That's not what we want. That's not what he's claiming as well. But on the backside of things, that's what's going on. Let me actually show you proof to actually tell you what it means. All right. So if you haven't studied percentiles yet, give me one moment. I'll just explain it to you. If you are at the 80th percentile of something. Remember, percentile is always out of 100. If you're at the 80th percentile, it means you are better than 80% of the group. Or in this case, it means you are being paid more than 80% of the people in your position. So let's say if you're a software developer, then 80% of the software developers do not get paid as much as you do. That's one way to think about it. Okay, if you're at the 90th percentile, same thing. You're above 90% of the software developers, right? So that's really what's going on over here, guys. Percentiles work like that. And remember when I told you about they're splitting up the wages into level 1, 2, 3, 4? Well, you've got to be in level 3 or level 4 in order to get the H-1B. Most probably, the level 2 and level 1 people will not get their hands on an H-1B. Level 1 it's going to be probably impossible. Level 2, maybe a little bit, but not more than the top 2 or 3 percentile, I think, in the level 2 range. But up till now, let me show you the percentiles that are being followed right now. Right now, what's going on and what Trump has proposed, what kind of a change is going to happen. So up till now, 67 percentile was the level 4. So everyone above 67% of the salaries was pretty much easily in level 4 up till now. Everyone above 50%, so let's say if you're a software developer and 50% of the people are earning less than you do who are software developers in the US, then you are at the 50th percentile. Well, then you would have been in level 3. All right. And similarly, you can see it goes on 34 percentile and 17 percentile. But now, what Trump has proposed, and really what the percentile final has come out, what the final rule has come out, is that you have to be at 90%. You have to be earning more than 90% of the software developers in US to basically be a software developer who gets the visa, the H-1B visa. All right. Okay. No problem. You're not at level 4. It's fine. Maybe in level 3 you'll get it, right? So you have to be above maybe the 28% you have to be in the top 28%. That is above 72% of the people who are basically receiving salaries in your position. Their salary should be less than yours. 72% of the people, their salary should be less than yours. So that's the hardest part to understand. Really, what's going on is, they're trying to push the salaries of the H-1Bs really, really high. And what that means is the employers will not prefer you. They will prefer someone who is probably, going to be working for a lesser rate. And if that's an American worker, I think that's probably the easiest thing for them. So that's what Trump is trying to do over here. Remember that President Biden, President-elect Biden at this point, has mentioned that, there is an 85% cap on the H-1B visas, as you might know, and he's trying to increase that. He's trying to increase the number of visas. But if something like this comes into the picture and, an employer has to pay much more for, let's say, an international H-1B worker, they will not prefer it. right? They will just prefer someone who is gonna be, working for a lesser wage, and that has to be an American worker. But at the same time, realize this, that there are not enough people in the US who can handle the workload over there. There are much more bigger organizations. They need more and more people over there, and that's why really the H-1B scheme works for so well at the moment. So as of now, the Biden administration has not commented on this rule as of yet, because this just came out a few hours ago. But again, the one thing that I do believe that they're going to be looking into is that they are talking about reverting some of these rules. They have talked about making sure that Trump's rules do not stand. So I'm hoping that this would be one of them. They will be taking this back someday, and hopefully the sanctity of the H-1B program will not be disturbed in some sense. All right. So one thing that you can do as people who are international students, by the way, or students who are going forward to study in the US, I would say go towards the prime areas, go towards locations like California, like New York, where the salaries are really at their highest. Okay, you want to be at their highest. Of course, I think that a location-based scheme should have been implemented, because I do not know how deep this goes as of now. If a location-based scheme has been implemented, that may work out to be in your favor if you're in one of the prime locations. But at the same time, I think the most opportunities, the highest salaries, wherever they are, that's where you should be going at this point, because that's really where you can place your safety, right? So, all right, that's just a little bit of piece of advice that I want to give you, and I hope that you will follow that. And yeah, I hope that this thing kind of makes sense. Whatever I'm talking about over here, it's just recently come out, it's just the news. I'm not telling you exactly what we can do. I'm just saying that, hey, wait for the 20th of January. I believe that good things are coming, and within 1 or 2 months of President Biden coming into the office, I think you will see some positive changes towards the H-1B program and the immigration programs as such. All right, thank you so much for watching. Have a good day. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one.